Good day, everyone. I'm Jacqueline Bihamalon with my partner Maxine Asiran, and we're going to discuss about periodic table. But the first reporter is Maxine Asiran. Without a further ado, Maxine Asiran, start your report.
Good day, ma'am. I am Maxine Cesaron, and for today's presentation, our objectives are to be able to identify periodic table groups and periods, and to demonstrate how chemical properties are related to the periodic table position of component elements. Okay, let us first define what is a periodic table. Okay, the periodic table, also known as the periodic table of chemical elements, is a table that displays the chemical elements in tabular form. It is widely used in chemistry, physics, and other sciences, and is widely regarded as chemistry icon. Okay, let's proceed now to the discussion. The periodic table has 7 horizontal rows or period. The first period consists of hydrogen at the top of the table above the first column and helium on top of the last column to the right. The second period begins with lithium and ends with neon. Okay, the question is, how many elements are there in this period? The second period of the periodic table contains 8 elements. The first and last elements of the second period are lithium and neon. Next, the third period begins with sodium and ends with argon. And the periodic table has the following vertical columns called families or groups. 8A groups and 8B groups. The group B elements differ from the rest because they are heavy metals. And the question, how many elements are there in this period? So the third period consists of 8 elements which are sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, and argon. The third period elements are known as typical elements or representative elements because they accurately represents the properties of their own group. Next, elements with atomic number 57 to 71 forms the lanthanide series or rare earth elements, while those with atomic number 89 to 98 forms the actinide series or radioactive elements. Question: what is meant by rare earth elements? Okay, rare earth elements or REE are a collection of 17 metallic elements. These include the periodic table's 15 lanthanides as well as scandium and yttrium. Okay, next question is, what is meant by radioactive elements? Radioactive elements and elements subject to spontaneous degeneration of its nucleus accompanied by the emission of alpha particles, beta particles, or gamma rays. Next, the 8A groups are further divided into the 3 subgroups. Question: how do group 1A and 2A differ from the other group A elements? Group 1A and 2A differ from the other group A elements because they are so to be called metals. Group 1A is the alkaline metals and 2A is alkaline earth metals. So next question, why is hydrogen separated from the rest of group 1A? These elements atoms have a complete set of electrons in their outer level. Because hydrogen properties do not correspond to those of any single group, it is distinguished from the other elements in the table. When hydrogen atoms combined with other atoms, they can give away one electron. So next question is, how do group 3A to group 7A differ from the other group A elements? The periodic table's group 3A contains the metalloid boron as well as the metals aluminum, gallium, indium, and thallium. Boron mostly forms covalent bonds, whereas the other elements in group 3A mostly form ionic bonds. Group 7A elements are referred to as halogens. Next, the group 8A elements, last column to the right, are helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. They are inert gases mentioned in your books. Okay, question. What is meant by inert gases? An inert gas is one that does not react chemically with other substances and thus does not chemical compound. Select one inert gas. Refer to chemistry books on the following information. Okay, letter A. What are its general characteristics? Helium is a monatomic gas that is light, odorless, colorless, and inert. It can form diatomic molecules but only very weakly and very low temperatures. Helium has the lowest melting point of any elements and a boiling point close to 0 degrees Celsius. Next, letter B. Where is it found in nature? It can be found in all stars. It was created and continues to be created by the alpha particle decay or radioactive elements on Earth. Elements on the left portion chart, those located to the left of the thick zigzag line, are metals. Okay, give 5 common characteristics of metal. 1. Good electrical conductors and heat conductors. 2. Malleable, can be beaten into sheets. 3. Ductile, can be stretched into wire. 4. Lustrous, have the quality of reflecting light from its source and can be polished. And last is high melting points, results from a high heat of fusion, a low entropy of fusion, or a combination of both. Next, the elements on the right portion of the chart, those located to the right of the zigzag line, are non-metallic. Give 3 common characteristics of non-metal. First, reaction of non-metals with oxygen. All non-metals react with oxygen to form acidic or neutral oxides. For example, carbon forms acidic carbon dioxide on reacting with oxygen. 2. Reaction of non-metals with water. Non-metals do not react with water. 3. Reaction of non-metals with dilute acids. Non-metals do not react with dilute acids and don't displace hydrogen from dilute acids because non-metals are electron acceptor, so they cannot supply electrons to H plus ions, so they do not displace hydrogen from dilute acids.
So I will be discussing this one. Lithium. Lithium is a chemical element with the symbol Li, an atomic number of 3, with a mass number of 6.941 gmol. It's a silver-white alkali metal that's soft and malleable. It is lightest metal and solid element under normal circumstances. Beryllium. Beryllium is a chemical element with an atomic number 4 and a symbol Be. As an alkaline earth metal, it is classified. The mass number of beryllium is 9.012182 U. Beryllium is a toxic bivalent element that is steel gray in color, strong, and light in weight. It is primarily used in alloys as a hardening agent. Boron. Boron is a chemical element with atomic number 5 and the symbol is B. It is a brittle, dark, glossy metalloid in its crystalline form and a brown powder in its amorphous form. The mass number of boron is 10.811 U. Carbon. Carbon is a chemical element with the atomic number 6 and the symbol is C. It's non-metallic and tetravalent, which means it has 4 electrons available for chemical bonding. The mass number of carbon is 12.0107 U. Oxygen. Oxygen with a symbol O and atomic number 8 is a chemical element. It is a member of periodic table chalcogen group, a highly reactive nonmetal and an oxidizing agent that quickly oxides with most elements and other compounds. With a mass number of 15.999 U, oxygen is one of the most abundant elements on the planet. Fluorine. Fluorine is a chemical element with atomic number 9, and the symbol is F. It is the lightest halogen and exists as a very poisonous pale yellow diatomic gas number normal conditions. The mass number of this element is 18.998403 U. Neon. Neon is a chemical element with the atomic number 10 and the symbol is Ne. It is classified as a noble gases. Under normal conditions, neon is a colorless, odorless, and inert monatomic gas with a density of about two-thirds of air. Neon has mass number of 20.18 AMU. Sodium. The chemical element of sodium has the symbol Na and the atomic number 11. It's delicate, silvery white metal with a high reactivity. The mass number of this element is 22.989769 U. Magnesium. Magnesium, with the symbol Mg and the atomic number is 12, is a chemical element. It is a gleaming gray solid that looks a lot like the other 5 elements in the periodic table's second column, which is the alkaline earth metals. The mass number of this element is 24.305 U. Aluminum. Aluminum is a chemical element with the atomic number of 13 and the symbol is Al. Aluminum has a lower density than most other common metals, about one-third that is steel. The mass number of this element is 26.981539 U. Silicon. Silicon is a chemical element with the atomic number of 14 and the symbol is Si. It is a tetravalent metalloid and semiconductor that is a hard, brittle, crystalline solid with a blue-gray metallic sheen. The mass number of this element is 28.0855 U. Phosphorus. Phosphorus is a chemical element with atomic number of 15 and the symbol is P. Phosphorus exists in two major forms, white phosphorus and red phosphorus. However, it never found as a free element on Earth due to its extreme reactivity. The mass number of this element is 30.973762 U. Sulfur. Sulfur is a chemical element with the atomic number 16 and the symbol S. It is non-metallic, plentiful, and multivalent. The mass number of this element is 32.065 U. Chlorine. Chlorine is a chemical element with the atomic number 17 and the symbol is Cl. It is the second lightest of the halogens appearing in the periodic table between fluorine and bromine, and its characteristics are generally halfway between them. At room temperature, chlorine is yellow-green grass. The mass number of this element is 35.453 U. Argon. Argon is a chemical element with atomic number 18 and the symbol is Ar. It is a noble gas and belongs to group 18 of the periodic table. At 0.934%, argon is the third most abundant gas in the Earth's atmosphere. The mass number of this element is 39.948 U. Potassium. Potassium is a chemical element with atomic number 19 and the symbol is Ke. Potassium is a delicate silvery white metal that may be sliced with a knife with little effort. The mass number of this element is 39.0983 U. Calcium. Calcium is an atomic number 20 chemical element with a symbol Ca. Calcium is a reactive alkaline earth metal that develops a black oxide nitride layer when exposed to air. The mass number of this element is 40.078 U. Scandium. Scandium is a chemical element with the atomic number 21 and the symbol is Sc. It is a silvery white metallic D-block element that together with yttrium and the lanthanides has previously been categorized as a rare earth element. The mass number of this element is 44.955912 U. Titanium. Titanium is a chemical element with the atomic number of 22 and the symbol is Ti. It has an atomic weight of 47.867. It is a glossy transition metal with a silver hue, low density, and high strength that's corrosion resistant in seawater, aqua regia, and chlorine. The mass number of this element is 47.867 U. To summarize, the periodic table is significant because it is organized to provide a wealth of information about elements and their relationships in a single, simple reference. This can be used to guess the properties of elements that have yet to be identified. That would be all. Once again, I am Jacqueline B. Humalon.
I am Maxine Cesaron, and that's all for today. I hope you learned something. Bye!
Have a good day, everyone. Bye.